Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to the Little Reader's house. I'm the Little Reader, and you, my sweet friend, are in my house. It's a small little hub, you see, and here we channel the divine. We occasionally read tarot, we read energies of all kinds, but primarily we shine our awareness on the heart. This space right here, center of the chest. We meditate, we breathe, and we activate and unlock right here all the magic that you need to propel you to a life that feels like bliss. And we've got an incredible amount of transmissions. They're somewhere. I think I'm pointing down because if you click the name, The Little Reader, and you look into the account, you'll find transmission after transmission, all of which contain heart-opening energy. But they also contain ideas and instructions and other things for the realm of mind to chomp on and chomp on until it's ready to unlock this realm of heart. We've got a lot of sirens right outside my window, and we had to pause the video due to the volume of them rising. So this is actually a second take, which means I've already made a note, which is very unusual. I will show you what that note says when the time comes. But you've seen the title of the video. You know what we're going to discuss. Let's dive into it. I invite you to close your eyes for a few moments. If you like, you can just watch me close mine. That's also fine. But it is rather tempting, isn't it, to close them down and take a deep breath in through your nose if you can. And sigh it out through your mouth. And take another deep breath in. And sigh it out through your mouth. And then flutter those beautiful eyelids open and prepare to shift, beautiful soul. So we're talking about money. And those of us who dabble and play in the spiritual community know that there is an entire industry that is filtered through the lens of spirituality, focused on the intellectual understanding of money and how to make more money. And this has labels like abundance and wealth. You'll hear talk of scarcity mindset or financial blocks, or the one that I just heard most recently was something like abundance codes, like how to unlock the codes. So it's big talk here in the spiritual community, and of course in every community, in every industry, which everything eventually can become. It's not unusual to try to sell a lot of stuff, but no, which is fine, you know. Here in the house, we try to take a page out of Spirit's book and not use the mind as a tool of judgment. Don't slam down our gavel and say, bad, bad, bad. No, when we look through the great divine tapestry, it turns out that, in the words of wonderful Matt Kahn, everything helps everything. So we let it fly. Maybe you've tried courses or codes or to remove your scarcity mindset or minimize your abundance blocks or manifestation boards and visualization and all the work, do all the work. But what's been revealed to us here in the house over the course of many a transmission is that so much of the work that we do is right here in the mental realm. And the mental realm loves to keep us locked in here, thinking thoughts and feeling like we're doing with routines and systems and practical applications. And again, we're not knocking it, dearie. We're just saying that humanity's ready to evolve. And if you're here, beautiful soul, if you're here, if you found this, that means it's your time for a big old money breakthrough. And all it requires is a very brief understanding, and then I set you free on your way to experience immense financial abundance. It's really that easy. It's simply requiring the way you experience this realm of life shift just a hair, just a little tweak. So we dive in. If you're tracking along with our videos thus far, you know that the way that human consciousness is going at this time is out of the mental realm, at least primarily, where it's been seated for quite some recent time, and it's shifting into this realm, the realm of the heart. The realm of the heart is this beautiful space, kind of like an intermediary, a balanced middle ground between the other two primary realms that we spend most of our energy in. When I say energy, I mean our awareness, our witness, our light that animates us. We spend a lot of that time, as aforementioned, in the mind. Another space that we spend it in is in the form, in the material, so in the body, feeling cues like hunger, like pain. I'm sure you can think of other sensory needs and desires that arise in the body. So we really split our time between the form and the mind. But right here is the forgotten holy ground, and that would be the realm of the heart. So, in keeping with this premise, we understand that when we shift our energy and our awareness into this space, we are on track and on par with the trajectory of present human evolution. Redefining our relationship with money is no different. We don't have to go into the realm of mind to get that. We don't have to intellectualize it. We don't even have to understand it. The same is true for the form. We don't have to get into the material. There are no rituals or physical wizardry that needs to occur. We are moving in the direction of the heart, and as such, to solve every quote-unquote problem that we recognize, we can remain centered right there in the heart. This is the time. These are the times of building that relationship with this realm. Once again, there are all kinds of resources in the links down below for how to do that. So many previous transmissions on how to do that. But in short, it is the very simple practice of learning to live your life from this space versus this space. And it's a game changer in every silo, from relationship to financial to life satisfaction and purpose to anything else you want to throw down. So we shift our awareness to the realm of heart, and this automatically begins to shift our relationship with money. Even though money is formed, it doesn't mean we have to, once again, get into the act of doing or interacting with the form, at least not by the mind's demand or not by the mind's instruction. The heart will lead, so it will guide you when it's time for action. It will guide you when it's time for interaction. But other than that, you keep your awareness focused right here. Now, this realm, the realm of heart, is all about relationships and understanding that everything we interact with, ranging from animate to inanimate, is a relationship-based interaction. That means the space in which you live. That means the people in your life, strangers, acquaintances, friends, family, or lovers. That means even the other realms, the mind, the form, all of it is relationship based. So fundamentally, you have a relationship with money. You have a heart-based relationship with money. And this is where the manifestation process goes so wrong for so many, because the mind is trying to imitate a relationship through intellectual understanding and through logic. Well, I understand what money is. I know how to make it. I certainly know how to spend it. I know all the rituals and all the techniques and all the practices and all the mantras and all the affirmations and all the wizardry. Turn around, wave my wand 3 times in the air, say the magic words, and it's still not working. Why? Because there's a lack of intimacy. And the mind is a very small sliver of the human experience. It can do a great impression of intimacy. We certainly can share intellectual intimacy, but money doesn't talk. Does your currency or your wallet ever open up by itself and the money begins to just hold conversation with you? It doesn't. Money talks is a different saying for a different application, but what I'm saying here is it's impossible to share intellectual intimacy with money unless you're the rare soul, which you may be, who can hold a full-on conversation with a coin. Then you two can bond over shared beliefs, ideas, and values. However, last the little reader checked, even as a channeler who has got this self in the clouds nearly 90% of the time, money ain't talking. We can channel it as a currency, we can channel it as an energy, but the physical form itself is very, very quiet, very silent. So what does that mean? We keep trying to develop a relationship intellectually, we're missing the point. It's an energy. To connect with any and everything, once again, the answer is here. Realm of heart. That is why human consciousness is shifting to this realm, diving into this realm even now. It's changing everything. So, this means we can now develop and understand that we can develop a relationship with currency on a heart level. What does that mean? I hear more sirens. It's exciting times out there, just like it's exciting times in here. It means that we begin to understand currency, money, not as an idea, a belief, or a value, but as an aspect of ourselves and something that's already contained within. If this were a 1.5-hour masterclass, we could dive into significantly deeper detail about how all is contained within and how the heart is the portal to all that is. But I'm being asked to keep it succinct, just for you, so that you can take the transmission and run with it and expand. So hear this. All is contained within your heart, all currencies, all energies. The source of all life, right here, center of the chest. You can even feel it beat in the form, the heart organ itself. If it's beating, baby, you've got it. Here's what you do to develop an understanding of currency, of money. You bring your awareness, your attention, your focus to this space, and you develop a practice of holding it there. Could be 20 minutes in the morning, could be 20 minutes in the evening. If you're real crazy, it could be both. It's a meditation practice, specifically focused right here. Now, why is this so beneficial for radically shifting your relationship with money? As we discussed earlier, we're working with a holy trinity. We've got our mind, it's over here. We've got our form over here. Realm of form and material, realm of half form. Right in the middle, realm of heart. It's balanced. This space can teach us everything we need to know about the two extremes of energy, the yin and the yang, the so-called masculine and the so-called feminine. Currency, what we call money, although it's represented as formed coin and paper in many spaces and places, is an energy. We already know that. That's a buzzword, that is a tagline that is well known in the spiritual community. But what is not well known is that it is a yin, also known as feminine energy. And it wants to be contained. It wants to be protected, and it wants to be led. It responds to authentic leadership. So if it's helpful for you, for your understanding intellectually, contemplate a highly feminine, elusive, mysterious archetype. Contemplate it, construct it, visualize it. This archetype, this yin energy, wants and is attracted to and is magnetized to strong leadership, authentic expression, and safety, protection, and containment. This means that for individuals who are themselves highly feminine, who are themselves that archetype, wild, one way in one moment, one way in another, constantly full of ideas, hyper creatives, those who have their head up in their clouds. Hello, little reader checking in. Those who are ungrounded, those who are flighty, who have experienced trauma that has caused them to push away from grounding, from becoming that emperor, that strong, yang, expressed energy. Those individuals will have an immense amount of trouble bringing in financial stability and money, because it's like two negative charged magnets or negative magnets on the same side trying to bring them close to each other. They just won't magnetize, they won't attract. The polarity of this particular experience of humanity requires the opposite to create a whole. And someone just got it, didn't they? So this is why dwelling in the heart, center of the chest, between two polarities, teaches the entire system how to rebalance the energies within it. If I were to try to intellectually teach this concept again over a long course of time, if spirit had value in that, that's what I would be doing, but I'm not. It's not so much the idea that I'm giving to you, because that's just another mental construct. It's the practice of shifting your awareness into the heart that's going to be the game changer for you, beautiful soul. So you can go ahead and understand this intellectually. Okay, money is quote unquote feminine, to use that archetypal expression. It is yin. It is passive. It is receptive. It wants a leader. What would this mean intellectually about the individual who seems to attract money effortlessly, who actually has reserves, and in addition to reserves, they have spare money to spend on play, and they have money to pay their bills? What does it mean? Is it as simple as saying privilege? Well, privilege ties into that, and there's certainly a psychological analysis that can go down there, but that's not the purpose of this transmission either. The individual who attracts that effortlessly, they just magnetize it to themselves, is the individual who is grounded and who has a balanced internal masculine or yang energy. And that is so much more than a type A personality. You cannot fake an energy, beautiful soul, and the fake it till we make it really dies upon arrival here, because it's not possible to try to trick yourself. That's completely mind-based operating. So that's the mind trying to reverse engineer something. That's not the way the mind works. That's not the mind's job. I'll describe to you what an archetypal individual would be like who's attracting money easily, but then we're going to close with a final reminder. So the individual who attracts that money effortlessly knows who they are. They are following their heart boldly. They are grounded. That means they have a way of regulating their nervous system. Incredibly, it's not always a healthy way. For many, it's using substances. And by substances, I'm including in that alcohol. And sometimes it's using to excess. But because alcohol can regulate the nervous system, it can help some individuals develop that grounded quality. In addition to that, these individuals are leaders of their own life. They aren't faking it. They aren't necessarily using the mind as a leader. They are following their hearts, but they have vision. If they don't have a vision for their whole life from now to the end of time, they have a vision for the moment. That vision may be, I surrender to the moment as it is. That vision may be, I spend my spare time working on the projects that light up my heart. That vision, that value, or that commitment may be, I spend my time with the people who inspire me and lead me. Whatever it is, these individuals are self-contained, and in that groundedness and that nervous system regulation, and in that knowing of their own heart, they develop an authenticity that cannot be faked. And if you're familiar with the tarot at all, this is the light attribute of the Emperor. When the individual develops this attribute, this archetype within themselves, they then attract the Empress, which in this case is currency, money. Money cannot get away from these people. It is, for lack of a better word, aroused by these individuals, and it has nothing to do with gender whatsoever. Zip. This feminine archetype can be an emperor. Any gender, it doesn't matter where it is on the spectrum, how it's been defined, classified, or whether it hasn't been at all. If you are an individual with a beating heart in your chest, you can develop the quality. And if you're here now, it's very likely that that is your inevitable destiny. Yeah, so congratulations. What it requires, in closing, your honors, is to not fake it, is to not attempt to mastermind it, is to not create a system or a process that is originating from here. It is simply a matter of shifting your awareness to the realm of heart. This is the antidote to financial woes. Don't overthink it, beautiful soul. The mind is very reticent to surrender to such a possibility. Oh my goodness, there can be another leader who's not me? But I know everything, and I know, how to spend, and I know, how to manifest, and I know the systems, and we got to change our thoughts, and what about all that? Let it go, beautiful soul. Let it go. And kiss your beautiful mind on the head and thank it for its leadership up until this point. It is the leader no more. The mind is a beautiful servant. The mind gets confused and it believes that it's the source of creation. The mind, it thinks that's its job. And then it believes what it thinks. The future paradigm and the present paradigm, one and the same really, of human expansion lies in the heart. It's beyond thinking of solutions. It's beyond what I can communicate, which is why I'm cutting this short, which is precisely why we're not expounding on some incredible course or class, and I don't have a whiteboard, and I never even held up my paper. It wasn't required. You got it. It's here. No further instruction needed. If you are to develop a structure in your life of any kind, make it a structure that shifts your identity and your awareness, aka your attention, to your heart every day. This higher intelligence, as our sirens come back, will teach you all you need to know. And it will teach you in the doing. You will be taking actions that you could never have thought of, could never have comprehended. You will be making moves that you can't even intellectually understand. You will develop such a degree of courage and trust in yourself, in this compass, that all else will fall into place effortlessly, seemingly effortlessly, because the efforts felt incredible to execute. Right here, as the kids say, is where it's at. So if you can implement any structure at all, that's the only one you need. This intelligence will balance the energies within you. This intelligence will cause your emperor to rise. It will cause your empress to complement it accordingly. It will balance. It will, on many levels, heal. It will inform. But most profoundly, it will lead. It is the true leader, particularly at this time. And as we know, money is looking for a leader, not a reverse engineered, attempting to impersonate leader. No offense to you, beautiful mind. We love you, but that's not your role. Here's the leader. Follow, and then watch everything else follow you. That's where we're leaving it today, beautiful soul. Until we meet again, I am sending you all of the love that I've got. It is always more. It's never less. Because you, my sweet friend, you're so very worthy of it.